Hello gamers!
I've heard that apparently you want to know how to drift. Well, luckily you are in the presence of a drifting god. What is up guys, welcome to another video, and today we are here to talk about drifting in Need for Speed Heat. So we already made a video on how the kind of basic physics worked with drifting, and that'll be in a card somewhere up here. But today we're going to go in a bit more advanced. We're going to talk about builds, what you should typically use. There's a lot of common tropes. Tropes means mistakes that people make when they are making drift builds in Need for Speed Heat. We're going to talk about that. I'm actually going to educate you on how to do this. A lot of people will just give you a build and say, do this build, you're going to be a god. I actually want you to get better at the game, and I don't just want your AdSense and your viewer money. I actually want you to get better. So the whole point in today's video is actually showing you how to get better. It's not just giving you a build. I'm going to show you what in each individual part does. Then I will give you a build at the end, because this is my actual Noise Bomb 350Z. I spent a lot of time on this livery. You can actually download it from the PC store if you do wish. Also, if this video does end up helping you, hit a like, subscribe. It will be much appreciated. Us here on the StraightUpHippo channel, we're gods. Gods amongst men in the universe.
Gaming.
Become a god, hit the bell. That was me hitting a gong. So if we go over to this car, you can see I've already got all Ultimate Plus parts. I've maxed out relevant chassis and drivetrain upgrades, but there'll be 3 specific areas which have not been filled in. Now, I'm going to show you guys what people typically do, and then I'm going to show you why that's wrong and what you should be doing. So one thing people do typically is they put all showcase parts on the suspension, tires, and diff. I'm going to quickly go ahead and do that. So like 3, 2, 1. Now this is wrong for multiple reasons, but we're going to put my money where my source is. And I'm actually going to show you guys that this is genuinely not what you want to be doing. I have my pen again. I've got my pen again. So I'm not going to forget scores in this video like I do usually. Now I'm assuming this is kind of what most people are doing just because it's the obvious thing to do. It's the best part that you can get in the game for both drifting and on-road. So logically, people are going to go ahead and pick all showcase parts. This is wrong. I'm actually doing pretty well here. As you can see, the car's dragging to the side weirdly. That doesn't happen with the build that I will show you later. And I know this probably seems like a really, really good score at the moment, but just please wait. I have more to show you, my friend. Believe it or not, with drifting, you still want to grip the car up. I know that probably sounds stupid to some of you guys, like, drifting? With all showcase parts on, the car just has a mind of its own. It almost has too much angle. You don't actually need that much angle in Need for Speed Heat drifting. You just need to be actually in control of the car. Just instead of doing what I'm doing right now, this isn't good. Right, we're coming up to the last corner. That was actually a relatively good score, to be honest, considering the parts I have on it. It's probably going to land around 550,000. 543,000. You need to be careful with this event, because if you go across the line, it actually won't show you what your score is. So I'm going to go ahead and write that down in the notepad. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is add all Speedcross parts in. Bruh. That was clean. That was really, really clean. Now, all Speedcross parts, it's better than all showcase parts. But first off, it makes your car look like a fucking monster truck. I don't think any of us here really want that. And it comes with its own set of problems. 543k, that is the score to beat. It probably will, but like I said, this is still not the optimal setup. That's the car all the way lowered. Now look at this when I turn it on. Oh my lord, it just grew limbs, my friend. So for those people that didn't already know, Speedcross was actually a expansion in Need for Speed Payback. A lot of things have changed since Need for Speed Payback, so, you know, with this handling, it just feels very weird. And obviously, this is, as you can tell by the ride height, it's supposed to be used off-road. So using this with on-road drifting, it just doesn't really make a lot of sense. The car definitely grips up better, but you don't get anywhere near the amount of angle that you really should be getting. You can hold angle a lot better. Like if you saw that through there, that was spicy. Physics. Bruh. So we're coming into the final lap here with just under 400k. This should definitely get at least 550k. Like, this is pretty decent. What you need to take out of this section of the video is that the off-road drift parts will give you more grip on road, as where showcase parts will give you more angle. And as we come up to the final few corners here, we can see that we've actually beaten the score set in the showcase suspension, but we can get even better. 584k. So let me go ahead and write that down in the notepad. That is an improvement of 41k. But it turns out the best build is actually not either of these. And I want to say huge thank you to everyone in the comments who actually told me about this, because I wouldn't know unless it was for you guys. So thank you. Please don't stop commenting about these things, because this is how we get better as a community. Now, the suspension and the diff kind of depend on what car you have. If you use these settings that I'm about to give you on a different car, it might not work. The RX-7 is the most OP car in this game. The settings might be a little bit different for that car, but the difference that is gonna be huge, and probably one that you weren't expecting, is to use drag tires. We go ahead and slap them on. Splish. Now, with this car specifically, I use drag tires along with Speedcross sauce and a showcase diff. It's a good mix of all three. You're gonna want to mess with it yourself. So obviously, if you need more angle, add more showcase parts. If you need less angle and more grip, put Speedcross parts on. That is the general guide, but drag tires are always something which are essential to drift builds in this game. That was kind of the killer tip, which is like, that is something that you should be universal with all the cars. However, the suspension and the diff will depend on what car you're using, so mix and match them. Another thing that I will say, as you can see, I have a bunch of pro level suspension here. Basically, that will kind of change the levels of angle or levels of grip that your car needs. So if you find that with Speedcross suspension you're still gripping up too much, go ahead and add a pro level version of that suspension to give it a little bit less grip. So if you like having loads of grip with the Speedcross suspension but you just want a little bit less, go ahead and put pro level Speedcross on instead of super level. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go straight back into Bird's Eye and beat that score. No, in fact, we're going to smash that score of 584k.
You ain't even ready.
You ain't even ready, spaghetti. What am I doing? Ready, settle, go. Oh no, I did it wrong. Go. 700k, 750k. That's what I'm going for here. So this setup, it's just easier to use. You can get more angle with it. Everything's easier. The physics are so much predictable. They're so much more predictable. Like, it's just easier to do absolutely everything. Why on earth they made it so drag tires is the key in this game, I don't know, but that's how it is, and that is what we're gonna have to get used to. I think people are gonna have this idea that you just gotta put all Speedcross parts in because it's the furthest right on the menus, and obviously anything that says drift in this game is probably the part that you're gonna want to use, and I completely understand where that kind of idea comes from, but let me tell you, from the fact that I've got 262k in the first lap, that is not the case. Oh my god, I am pulling some sick angle. Keep in mind, the 350Z isn't even one of the best drift cars in the game. Like, this is just a very, very average drift car in the game. Look at the differences that has made. The drag tires honestly do wonders. Predictability. That's a big word. And I'm using it right now, along with hit the bell and subscribe for giving you these very cool tips. We're coming into the final lap here, and we have already smashed both of the Speedcross and the showcase suspension setups. You know what, this might actually be better than that. This could be like 800 possibly. Oh my lord, look at the amount of points I'm getting here. This is absurd. There you go, 700k. 700k, and we ain't even done yet though. We ain't even done yet though. Right, we're coming up to the last corner here. That was a really nice entry. We're gonna see if we can get that proximity bonus. Don't get too close to the wall, but, you know, just tease it a little. 820k. Can I get a gunshot? So that was a 300,000 point bonus. These are my live tuning settings, just in case anyone is interested. Again, mix and match it, have a little bit of a mess around. Downforce tends to be all the way down to the left, but I like the sensitivity just one notch to the left. And you know, it depends on some different cars. Sometimes you have it all the way to the right, sometimes you have it a bit more further left. It just depends on the car. And that is my tips for drifting in this game. I hope you've learned something in this video and you haven't just copied the build. Definitely start off with the build just to get an understanding of what I'm telling you, But yeah, I hope you've learned a bit more than just, you know, let me put this on my car, because that was kind of the point in today's video. It's kind of actually teaching you how to use it. As I mentioned earlier, the RX-7 is the best drift car in this game. If you're just looking for scores and stuff, that's probably the car you're going to want to go for. But that's no fun. Mix and match, have a mess around with all the cars, and find something that you like to drift with. Anyway, with that information, I'm going to go ahead and leave. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. You guys have been awesome. Stay safe, and peace.